Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRich Show, where we talk anything and everything crypto. Now, here's your host, DRich.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is Friday, October 8th, 2021. Happy Friday everyone. I hope that this video finds you all in good health, good spirits, and good energy. And most definitely we want to acknowledge all of the folks who watched yesterday's video. Thank you so much. And for those folks who've been on the journey, thank you as well. And for those folks who are joining me on the journey to this channel, I thank you as well. So again, if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up and that rumble button, wherever you listen to me at, on whatever platform that you are on. And if you like this channel, I appreciate that you share it on your favorite social media platforms so that the word and information can get out. And what we want to do is we're striving for 1,000 subs, and I'll get to that briefly. The reason why we want to get to 1,000 subs, obviously, it puts me in a different tier as far as what I'm able to do on YouTube, and most definitely we want to be able to provide a different transition when it comes to being able to go live, being able to report news on the spot, and it allows me to have a different opportunity for things that will benefit me. Not only as a person who can communicate throughout the day, it just allows me to just touch base with other people, perhaps interviews, perhaps things like that. So I want to grow, I want to expand, and most definitely reach different levels with this channel. So if you help me help this channel grow, that's greatly appreciated. So without further ado, we're going to get right into the coin market cap. But before I leave, I hope I can remind myself of a situation where I wanted to talk to you about yesterday, where I had an awesome day the other night. And I wanted to speak to you all about a situation where I was talking to an elderly couple, and those folks were able to give me some privileged information, and I'll share that with you as we get through the throughout the video. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about Ripple calling negligence against the SEC, and then attorney breaks down the good, bad, and the ugly of the SEC Ripple lawsuit. And most definitely we want to get to the breaking news from some of the hearing today from attorney Fullon, which is on Twitter. And then wrapping it up, we're going to be talking about SWIFT with some guiding principle of ISO 222. So without that being said, let's go ahead and get into the crypto market cap. Bitcoin dominance at 44.3%. Ethereum at 18.5, as we see a global crypto market cap of 2.31 trillion, which is a 0.35% increase over the last day. And most definitely we got some trending tokens, some biggest gainers, and some recently added tokens. And whatever this nano Dogecoin is, I don't know what type of percent that is, but it seems that we are never on those. But, who knows what those things are. You put $100, I don't know what percent return on that is, but it looks lovely to me. I guess it's not for me. So anyway, Bitcoin $54,214.79. Ethereum at number 2, $3,614.90 there. While Cardano jumped back into its 3 position, number 3 there, $2.27. While Binance Coin BNB trading at $421.99 there. And our beloved XRP is trading sideways a little bit for the week at $1.07. Typically, normally I don't really discuss XRP, Ripple on the case because there's other content creators that touch on that. That's their thing. And for me, I like to touch on it when I know that there's news to report. And most definitely this month, with any other month, I do believe that XRP Ripple is going to have a vital role in the market. So that's why I'm going to report on it. And today I'm going to, cap it off with what we have today in store. So just stand by, tune in, and hopefully you listen to the rest of the video with that information. Solana $163.18 there, and Polkadot at number 8, $33.66, while USDC almost at a $33 billion market cap, $32.9 billion, while Dogecoin's rounding out the top 10, 24 cents, 24.5 cents there. And you can most definitely see some of the other tokens in the market cap where Shiba Inu took a little breather, but it looks like it's ready to climb again, and that is at almost an $11 billion market cap in itself. And again, do your due diligence, come to your own conclusions, use discernment when investing. This is never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but most definitely I'm going to talk to you all about what's been working for me, and hopefully it can work for you. Like FTM Phantom, if you go back to one of my videos not so long ago, that thing is taking off like a rocket. You can see that chart there on the right, which is at $2.23. So there's some gems, or there's some opportunities that are presented on the channel that most definitely hope that some of you've been able to take advantage of. So green, red here and there, most definitely still buying opportunities. We're still early, and most definitely you want to put your feet, dip it in, and hopefully you get all the way in at some point. So here we got an article from financefees.com, which is Ripple calls negligence, and the SEC also seeks $1.38 billion in the XRP lawsuit. And the SEC seeks disgorgement of at least $1.38 billion in revenue generated by Ripple for those exact same contracts, yet says it can't be bothered to actually read them. So you want $1.38 billion, but you can't read the contracts. Ripple has filed a letter of opposition to the SEC's request, avoid responding to nearly 30,000 requests for admission, which is RFA, and requests for admissions are yes or no questions that aim to move the lawsuit forward at greater speed, as the answers provided can settle matters between parties when both sides agree on the facts. And again, the SEC argued that answering the RFAs was burdensome, as it spent more than 100 hours responding to only 254 requests, and this is about 24 minutes for a yes or no question. And the agency wants to make sure it is giving the right answer, as the answers are under oath and can be used against them in court. So basically they're wanting to get their lies straight. And again, the company Ripple says that the SEC is triply wrong. Ripple's counsel team pointed out that filling out the RFAs exposes the SEC, as it can be read in the transcript below. The RFA concerns critical facts that defendants believe are not genuinely disputed. Truthfully, admissions by the SEC will therefore significantly narrow the issue for trial, and the SEC does not seriously argue that the RFAs are irrelevant. Instead, it focuses almost exclusively on the sheer number of RFAs to argue that they are unduly burdensome, and this is triply wrong. First, of matter of law, the large number of requests to admit is not in itself a basis of a protective order. And secondly, as a matter of fact, defendants' instructions will likely require the SEC to respond to only a fraction of the RFAs, as described in greater detail below. So thirdly, the quantity of RFAs is proportional to the needs of the case, and in fact, it is driven by the SEC's own litigation theories, and the largest set 6, is based on SEC's contention that every offer, sale, and distribution of XRP by defendants during the relevant period, 2013 to December 2020, was the offer, sale, and distribution of an investment contract. So again, SEC, they want to be the strong arm of the law, but when they are held accountable, what they want to do is just sit there and say, hey, we just want you to settle. We're going to take $1.38 billion from you, and we're just going to just ignore all of the facts and the truth of the matter. The facts and the truth most definitely will always stand the test of time. Sometimes false lies, things being fake, phony, and false, always will most definitely be shiny at first, and it'll get all the headlines and attention and clickbait. But once you present the truth, people begin to scatter and they begin to hide like little mouses. So again, take the SEC to task and most definitely handle them where they need to be handled. Now here we're going to go to zycrypto.com. Attorney breaks down the good, bad, and the ugly events to expect from the Ripple and SEC case this month. And this was an article written on October 6th, and we will get right into it. And the key takeaways are that Ripple files a motion that undermines the SEC DPP argument, and the motion could mean that around 37 documents would have to be turned over by the SEC, and a conclusion to the case does not seem forthcoming. While there is hope that the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit might soon reach a conclusion, the time when this will be reached remains uncertain, as both parties are still slugging it out in court. And so basically the motion argues that the SEC had at no point stated that it was deliberating on the status of XRP, as the commission has continuously insisted that the law was clear that the digital assets like XRP was securities. The SEC has never attested that it commenced a policy process addressing whether to regulate digital assets as securities, Matthew Solomon's filing read. Instead, the entire theory of the case turns out that the SEC's contention that no policymaking or policy process was or is necessary because digital assets like XRP are plainly security under the 75-year-old judicial precedent. So they're not going to give that clarity. We're just going to have to force the hand that be. And most definitely, we're going to be David taking on Goliath, and we will take them down. So if you're an XRP hodler, hold on to your position. If you believe in the company like I do, most definitely you're seeing these folks taking them to task. And most definitely, I think that we'll see a positive outcome no matter what way this goes. And I do believe at that point, we will see XRP flourish and most definitely have some price appreciation and price action that we've been yearning for, we've been longing for, and those moments are coming. And again, I want you to be encouraged, and most definitely I would assume that you're going to have, hopefully, your video cameras, your phones, and your excitement ready to be shared across the community, across the world, because millionaires and billionaires will be minted overnight. And I do believe that that is a strong possibility here in 2021. So again, do your due diligence, continue to accumulate as much XRP as you possibly can. Most United States, actually all United States exchanges do not sell or distribute XRP. So you're going to have to go to BitTrue or KuCoin or Hotbit. I've got some links in the description for some referrals. So if you don't have those platforms to use, most definitely use those links in the description, okay? So anyway, here is a Twitter feed from Fullon Law that we want to make sure that we go over. And this is today, XR community, hashtag XR community, hashtag SEC.gov versus Ripple, XRP breaking. This is one of three. Judge Netberg orders the SEC to submit for in-camera review the two documents related to the SEC's meeting with law firms and the email chain concerning discussions with the third party who received guidance from the SEC. And if you click on this, you can actually see what that is and read it for yourselves there. And then this will analyze its digital asset under the framework set forth in Hammond's June 14th, 2018 speech. And the SEC must also submit an explanation for its privilege assertions for all of those documents no later than October 15th, which is next week, folks. And then the SEC must also file a redacted version of its submission on the public docket, and defendant's response is due no later than October 22nd of 2021. So we're getting close to some stuff being revealed and sought after, and hopefully we'll get some answers here soon. So if you're not following James K. Fullon at Fullon Law, go ahead and give him a follow. Make sure that you are up to date on the latest and greatest news when it comes to the SEC. And most definitely you want to follow John Deaton as well. And this young man here, Jeremy Hogan. You want to make sure that you're following all of those who are keeping the XRP community in the loop and update with some of the news coming out of the lawsuit. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with the Swift.com news, Swift issues guidance. Let's reject all of those there. Swift issues guidance principles for screening ISO 222. And this is an article October 5th. We touched bases on ISO 222 earlier this week when the Fed announced that they would most definitely be implementing this as their framework and guidance, newly published by Swift and endorsed by the Payments Market Practice Group. These screening guidelines can help compliance professionals harness the true power of ISO 222's richer data. And the financial industry is making monumental strides to change the way that cross-border transactions are managed, accelerating speed and efficiency, while also ensuring greater predictability. Compliance checks act as an important line of defense against fraud, money laundering, and terrorism financing, maintaining integrity within the financial system and eliminating threat actors. And within sections, screening poor quality data leads to false positive, like that CV test, and requests for information in the bank-to-bank message chain, and ultimately results in transaction delays and a failure to meet customer expectations. And that's where ISO 222 can help, providing richer and more structured data to keep our industry moving forward. And here they are going to be collaborating with the community, or our community, which ISO 222 elements should or should not be screened, how to best match these elements against sanctions lists, and which data quality principles should be observed to support effective and efficient screening. As we know, XRP Ripple is compliant with ISO 222, XDC, XLM, IOTA, and Algorand as well. And I'm pretty sure that there's others like Quant and others that will follow under this framework. So I just wanted to point this out. But before we go, I wanted to talk to you all about just the way you communicate with folks in public, and it does pay off. And for me, the other night, as you noticed on yesterday's video, I was given a coin from an officer of some sort, a retired officer at that, I do believe. And I appreciated that. And then the other retired officer of 20-something years spoke to me and spoke very highly of me and my presence, and that was greatly appreciated. What I didn't report to you all is that there was a elderly couple, I would say, maybe late 60s, early 70s, and nice looking couple. And one thing that she said to me, the lady, she said, "Hey, you were bigger than the last guy that was just standing here," which we kind of rotated on our position as far as staff is concerned. And with that, I said, I take that as a compliment. Thank you so much. And she said, "Well, what do you do?" And said, "I'm security here," and things like that. Got to talking, and asked her, where are they from? And they told me that they were from Florida, and that they were just here traveling, visiting, things like that. And we just got to talking, and it was just a natural conversation, and it led to me talking about my background, executive security, executive protection, things like that. And I asked the lady, "If you don't mind, what do you do?" And she said, "Well, I work for one of the largest firms as a financial advisor." And kind of talking to her, asking questions, professional questions, of course. And I asked her about cryptocurrencies. She kind of gave me her spill on that. She says she's not against it, but she doesn't really, necessarily understand it, things like that. So, okay, whatever, no problem. And she said she gave me some very sound knowledge and advice and wisdom, which I greatly appreciated, because most financial advisors they're under non-disclosure agreements, or they just don't want to turn to talk to you and things like that, and not share valuable information. One of the things that that stood out for me was that she said that 10% of your income needs to go to investing, nothing more, nothing less, and that she would actually fire people who got greedy from her portfolio because she didn't want her name attached to it. Because if anything went south, she just didn't want to have that on her reputation. And I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, our reputation means everything to us. And I believe from the looks of her, with her necklace, she had a cross, and I do believe she's God-fearing. She's a patriot of some sort, just based on the general conversation. And then secondly, she said, if there was some things that I would just tell you to do is just be patient. And a lot of people, they want to get rich quick, and a lot of people are not patient enough, so that they end up selling early, or they end up doing other things, or trying to add on more to their position. When you stake a position, just be firm in it and never invest more than you're willing to lose, so that if something does go wrong, you're not putting your family in jeopardy. You're not putting your livelihood at risk. Just 10%, and you will reap the rewards and benefits. So that wisdom and that knowledge I took away. And one thing she said I would tell you to invest in, and this was not financial advice, but she said that, you seem like a decent young man, and I want to tell you, if you're going to invest in one thing, there's a stock called TSP, which is too simple, TUSIMPLE. TSP, that is one that I will tell you to most definitely invest in long term. If you can have the vision like we do. I've been doing this, she said, for over 20 years herself, and that's what I want to leave with you. TSP is the stock ticker, and you do your research. I want to leave that with you, because at the end of the day, from the way she described it, the way she mentioned it, she's already up in her portfolio value on that, according to her and her husband, who said he was actually retired from the things that he's been doing for 6 years. So I kind of want to put some trust in that, based on the conversation and the way I was able to, navigate through the conversation. Very professional, very polite. And the cool thing about it is that I never thought I would ever see them again. Last night they came, both of them stopped by to say hello to me before they took off back to Florida. So, it's always about speaking to people, always making sure that you leave a great impression. And I do believe that I've done that. And, I will always remember that. And those are some memories that you'll just never erase out of your data bank. So always treat people kind, always be polite and respectful towards others, and kind of learn. I'm not saying that you don't, or none of us don't. Just learn, speech etiquette, things like that, because it goes a long way, and you can actually sound a little educated when you're talking, and not saying, well, what's the price going to be, or anything like, like a lot of people, they want to know the right now, without being patient. So if that was some key takeaways from that night, I will always remember that, and I'll always remember the gentleman giving me that token, and it's greatly appreciated. So just wanted to share those things with you. I hope you don't mind me jibber-jabbing and going off on the different end, but most definitely I always want to share great experiences with you all, and how those turn out and play out. So anyway, have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you all are able to do something fun, new, and exciting. And most definitely we'll be back on Monday. Let's go ahead and try to get this channel to 1,000 subscribes. And most definitely we will transition into greatness, because again, the best is yet to come. God bless, take care, and as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.